You are listening to the Earplug Podcast Network.
James Harden wouldn't go to the game wearing outdated fashion, so why would he choose an outdated sports drink?
I wouldn't.
He wouldn't. This is Body Armor. More natural, more electrolytes, better sports drink. Thanks, Gatorade. We'll take it from here.
Boom! Welcome to today with DW. Wow, I'm already out of it in the beginning. I'm excited because the Mets are playing. Well, I'm not, but Tom is. So
I am pumped. Let's do it.
Welcome to Today with DW Sports Edition with Mr. Tom Greer.
Hello, hello.
Mr. Hank Snacks Pelton.
Yahtzee.
What a day in sports news.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, since a lot has happened, I think we talked off pod in our chat saying that there needs to be a time when they announce news.
Yeah, exactly.
An hour before we start the show, at least, not an hour after.
Yeah, no news is allowed to be broken in sports. It all has to be in by like 4:30 on Tuesday. You have to wait the rest of the time. You have even after 8 o'clock tonight, you can't put out any more sports news. You got to wait.
I'm sure they're going to do that.
Yeah. All right, we need it done.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to talk about today, but we're going to start off with a little trivia for you, gentlemen. I stumped you guys last time. So since baseball news, obviously there's up in the air whether it's going to be 60 games or not. I know my assistant producer already caved in and is willing to give me my $20 since games are being canceled. So I was thinking, what MLB team has the most consecutive wins in history? Now, not overall wins of the season, but consistently back-to-back wins.
Oh man.
I'll give you some time.
Is it just I got to guess, or can I ask questions?
You can ask.
Is it a National League team or an American League team?
How the hell would I know that?
Fair enough.
It's an MLB team.
It's an MLB team. Okay. I'm just gonna take a shot in dark, and I have no reason to even know this. I'm gonna say the Braves, Atlanta Braves.
You are wrong.
Wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely wrong.
Hank.
So the consecutive back-to-back wins or most consecutive wins in a row?
Most wins in a row. Now, in all of history.
I'm going to say the Chicago White Sox.
Well, you are close. Well, no, actually, yeah, you're close. They were actually second. It's the 1960 New York Giants hold the record for the longest win in MLB history with 26.
Would have never guessed it.
Now, the Chicago Cubs franchise has won 21 games twice since 1980 as the Chicago White Stockings and once in 1935. So
I would have never guessed the Giants.
So there you go. We started off, and I stumped you already. So
I was nervous when you said earlier in or last week. I have a trivia question for you guys. I was like, oh no, I'm not getting this right.
Come on, it's baseball.
It is.
I'm a baseball guy. I was pretty close.
Yes.
Yeah, you were pretty close. But we were joking in the beginning of the show that the Mets game is on. Tom will be giving us some play-by-plays. If you see him look up away from the screen, his TV's right there.
Here.
And if you hear him scream and jump up, that means they actually scored more than one run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which doesn't happen often, other than last night. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
we're gonna get right into some of the sports news today. I'm gonna make this is it. The two of you. I am not talking MLB next week. We are not talking MLB.
You can't not though.
I can.
We're a sports show. This is the only sport that's on right now. We gotta
talk about it till it ends.
Yeah. It's baseball.
Soccer is on. Soccer
baseball,
is on.
baby. This is America. We play baseball here.
Oh wow!
I'm kidding.
NASCAR.
Facts. NASCAR is happening. Facts. No, I like soccer though. Soccer's grown on me a little bit.
Football. All right. So obviously we know, despite the COVID-19 outbreak involving at least 11 Miami Marlins players, Major League Baseball has no plans at present to cancel or pause its 2020 regular season. This is coming now from Manfred during the meeting, during his owners' meetings. We believe that protocols are adequate to keep our players safe. Now, hold your comments for a second because I know I'm worried about this one. Manfred and the owners intend to instead redouble health directives, such as players wearing masks or facial coverings in the clubhouse, and reinforce on-field behavior prohibitions against gestures like high fives. Fuck you. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Because there are no clear guidelines in the agreement between the union and the league as it pertains to what would prompt a shutdown. This discretion is to be made by Manfred alone. He was asked earlier in July during a radio interview with Dan Patrick what would have happened in order for him to consider exercising that power. Now, the high fives, the masks, I think this is beyond this point at this point. I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, 11 players, there's more players getting them consistently. Yeah. And as you said, Tom, obviously it'd be too late for them to do the bubble system as the NHL and the NFL or the NBA are doing. Yeah. So just no high fives and wearing masks. I don't see that as a viable situation here.
I just don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know what else for them to do. Like, they literally can't put it. Like, it took the MLB. I mean, it took the NBA and the NHL like time to put this plan together. They can't just like up and leave for another city and just start playing all their games. So no, they're just gonna have to figure out how to keep people from getting themselves sick. You know, that's what the hard part's gonna be. Like luckily, they have a roster. Like, they do have players that could come step in, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
And there was an interview. They had Chipper Jones on, and Chipper Jones was saying it's part of the game. I mean, even I think John Smoltz even said it in one of the interviews. It's just part of the game. They're going to do it. They're going to do the high fives. It's hard not to do it when they've been doing it all along. Since Little League. I mean, that's just
wearing gloves. Aren't they wearing gloves? Pretty much.
Yeah. Maybe on one hand.
True. Well, but it's a miracle that, like, I feel like as I've been watching these games, just seeing players like spit less. I know it's like a small thing, but like it's a miracle that you got players to even stop doing that. Right. You know, like you're never gonna get them to stop high fiving and like hanging in the dugout. You just have to hope that everybody's taking precautions and not going and being like partying in like Miami or something. You know.
I mean, they showed the other day. They showed an umpire and one of the coaches. I can't remember where the team was. They got into. He tossed them. And Ump's trying to put the mask on, and one of the straps are broke. Yeah, he's trying to put it on. He's holding the mask because he's trying to argue with the coach, and give them the proper equipment. If they're going to do it, then they all need to have like something that's either licensed, whatever merchandise that they've got a mask on, and have MLB on the mask for the umps, so that they've got something that's not going to break like these dollar things that we get.
Right. Yeah. Clearly, Manfred doesn't feel that the Marlins outbreak will have a real impact on the whole season. I mean, obviously, wasn't the Phillies training camp too? Didn't they close down with another outbreak with an outbreak as well?
Well, that was during like their like before they did their whole quote unquote summer camp thing. But I mean, as long as because I think the Marlins just got done playing the Phillies, that's what it was. As long as the Phillies and no other team is getting sick after playing the Marlins, I guess you're fine. You did your job containing it. But again, it's just going to all come down to the players not like being responsible themselves, right. Because the MLB decided it was a good idea to just let players freely go home and go about their daily lives while they're trying to play a baseball season, which is, I'm sorry, dumb. You can't do it.
No, I hear you. Welcome, Christina. Welcome, Mel. Hi, how are you? Welcome, Tom. Everybody who's watching over on the Earplug podcast page as well, please chime in, say hi, and give us some comments. Give us what you're thinking about this. Obviously, put your opinion on any of the topics that we're talking about tonight. We'd love to hear it. We're also now streaming I hope, on YouTube right now. So it's the first time we've been doing it on our Earplug Podcast YouTube page. I can't monitor that right at the moment. I don't have enough hands or monitors at this point, but that will change soon. I don't know. You know, Manfred even said, he goes, I don't put this in a nightmare category. We built the protocols to allow us to continue to play. Well, your protocols aren't doing shit right now. People are getting sick. So I understand it. I guess, I mean, just for him to say, put masks on and stop high-fiving, I would expect to have a little bit more of an urgency or something of a bigger directive at this point than just saying those two things.
I just don't know what else at this point. I don't know what else. Like, I don't know what else they could do.
Right.
There's not much they can do. They got to play it out because they've already started with the protocols. They've already started the routine. Now they just got to tweak the routine of all these teams. But
exactly,
you've got teams that are already going, that aren't going to another. They don't want to go to another ball club or another ball field down in Florida to play the Marlins. And, you know, like you were saying earlier, come Monday, you know, they're going to be freed up, supposedly. I mean, they just had 4 more Marlins that got tested positive. So now they're up to like 14 or 15 players, not counting the staff members.
Yeah.
What's going to happen Monday when, you know, what if the team says, you know what, I just don't feel comfortable going down there and playing them, because what happens if if they were tested negative or whatever, or it didn't go away?
Yeah. Well, I think that's ultimately what they're going to, but that's what I don't know if they have to have enough players, I guess, to supplement the players that are sick or that can't play, because that's what the whole point of having that like taxi squad was.
Right, and they said they had 60 players on the roster, 60 players roster with everything included.
Yeah.
You know, the taxi squads and everything. But where do you know, like you said, the bubble? How do you put 60 guys in a bubble and they still have to travel? It's not like the NBA where they're in a bubble and they're not traveling. Now they've got to travel.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's the downfall of the MLB, is that they decided in a global pandemic that they were going to still be able to freely travel between states. Like, that was dumb. That's why like right now, at least before these leagues fully start, the NBA and the NHL look like geniuses, because they were like, well, we found a way to control it. We found a way to make sure the whole situation is controlled by us. We know who's coming in, we know who's going out, we know nobody's like going out and having a social life without get ramifications. Wow. You know, like, I know
basketball players are.
So yes, but the ones that do have to go through their quarantine.
Thank God Dennis Rodman's not playing anymore, because he
would have opted out. He wouldn't have played. Now, he would have 1,000% opted out.
Yeah, I can only imagine what he would have been doing.
He'd be bringing hookers into the bubble.
Yeah, he would sneak them in. Yeah. But if that's ultimately what baseball should have figured out. Baseball should have figured out a way to bubble themselves up. And that's because it'll be hard. Yes, it'll be harder to do for a full season, because that's what baseball was trying to get done. At least basketball and hockey are finishing theirs.
So right now, the only professional sports that is considering fans is only the NFL, correct?
Yeah. They're the only ones that are planning on it.
They're the only ones considering this. Now, obviously, stadiums are bigger than arenas, but
yeah,
it's neither here nor there at this point. So even the NBA, the NHL, NASCAR is not even allowing any fans in their stands either, and they're even bigger. You know, that's the size of an arena sometimes. I mean, as far as the amount of people that are in there, and it's outdoors. That's the other thing that was concerning with me. I'm like, okay, it's outdoors. You can social distance. It's outside. It's not indoors. So it'll be interesting to see what that. And we're going to segue, since we were talking about the NFL. And Hank and I were talking off pod before this. With the list of NFL players. Now, I guess my question is, we talked about, is it taking seriously? Tonight's main question is, NFL, is the risk worth the reward at this point? They haven't started the season yet. So, and now with some major players opting out, this could be huge. I mean, once major stars start opting out, this could be huge. Once one player goes, this is it. Right now, now that the NFL and the NFL Players Association have agreed on a plan to start training camps, we've seen Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman Laurent Duvernay-Tardif announce his intention to sit out the season, followed by several others. There won't be any preseason games this year, but the regular season begins September 10th with the Houston Texans traveling to Kansas City. Now, here's a list of the players that I have coming through ESPN by dates. So as of July 28th, it was Marquise Goodwin from the Eagles, Michael Pierce from the Vikings, star I'm going to screw this name up. Starred Luletti from the Buffalo Bills. Eddie Goldman from the Chicago Bears. Anthony McKinney from the Titans. Patrick Chung from the Patriots. Cole Wick from Saints. Eddie Vanderdos from the Texans. Kyle Pecco from Denver Broncos. I'm going to screw up last names left and right on this show. Stephen Guidry, Dallas Cowboys. Andrew Smith. Hey, I got that one right. Baltimore Ravens. Donta Hightower, Patriots. Brandon Bowden from the Patriots. Marcus Cannon from the Patriots. And he started opting out. He opted out on the 27th. Danny Vidal from the Patriots. Holy shit. And
everybody's bailing on Cam.
Najin Torn from the Patriots. Caleb Brantley from the Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins. Morris Candidate from the Cowboys. Chandis Warmick from the Seahawks. D'Anthony Thomas from the Ravens. Laurent Tardif already from the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's just the list that I got earlier today. That's huge. I mean, there goes half the Patriots.
Yeah. As of today at 2:00, when I was watching a lot of the different sports things and things online, there's been 11 changes. 11 players have added to the opt-out list since 2:00 today.
Right.
And there's more added. I mean, there's more coming across the board that they're adding. And, you got a lot of starters. You got the guy that was a starting nose guard for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Starley Atula, whatever there. He's played 32 games.
Yeah.
For the Bills as a starting nose guard. And now he's opted out. Now you got to start. And I understand that as you read why they opted out and things like that, they were opting out because they've got family members at home.
Yeah.
Some just had kids.
Right.
Yeah.
They got younger kids or parents with underlying conditions, so they don't want to be around them.
Well, Jonathan I'm going to ruin this last name too. Jonathan Feliciano tweeted, saying the reason a lot of the players are opting out besides health reasons is if you have a lot of guaranteed money this year and the season is canceled, they risk losing a lot of money. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, obviously, we know football players don't save their money well. Let's be honest. I mean,
some of them don't. No, some of them definitely don't. Well, I just ultimately think you're gonna have a lot of guys that opt out, but you're also gonna have a lot of guys that are playing for the guaranteed money. Like there's a lot of guys that are just gonna try and step up and take those places. For every person on that list that decided they weren't gonna play, some are bigger deals than others. But there's gonna be somebody else to step in. Maybe they might.
Obviously, if them opting out, that means in their clause, whatever the players are, they're still guaranteed money, and that's basically what he's tweeting: is that if you opt out, you're still getting your money. But if the season's canceled, you don't get anything.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, not all these players have, not a lot of players have, amazing guaranteed money like some of the star players in the NFL do. So they got to play for those deals. They got to play for a paycheck. And they're just gonna that's what they're gonna do. I don't think this is gonna cause the NFL to not happen.
If you look at the list of all the players. And you look at the positionals that they take over. You got offensive linemen, defensive linemen, DN that are the majority of the people that are opting out. Well, why are they opting out? Because they are the ones that are physically grabbing a hold of each other up front, and it's a concern. And they're just afraid. You talk what is it there? Gurley, the running back for the Rams. He said he's waving He's willing to set out the rest of the season because he doesn't feel that the NFL is ready to follow the protocols that they need to. And I mean, like we're seeing in baseball, they're saying that they're following. Now they got to go back to the drawing board, so to speak, figure out what they got to do to fix it moving forward. The NFL hasn't even really started. Today was first day of training camp.
Yeah,
for a lot of these guys, and you got rookies that they're going to jump up in there, but is it worth one of those guys getting the virus and getting sick? And infecting everybody else, or going home and taking it home because they're not in a bubble.
Yeah, you have to think that that's what they're working on right now, because that's what when they did the schedule this year, they built in those 2 or 3 games in the beginning of the season, so they could push it back. Like the first few games aren't divisional games, aren't important games. So in case they have to lop off some games in the beginning, they can. So I think that you have to think that they're trying to figure something out now, because the NFL is going to sit back and watch how baseball handles this and realize, okay, we need to do something at a greater scale than baseball because our players are on top of each other 24/7, like the entire game.
Right. We know nobody's going to be playing in Florida.
Facts, yeah, probably not. Now, I mean, that probably, I don't know, because they're not going to bubble up. That's the thing. The NFL right now hasn't said they're going to bubble up, so I can't. There might be people playing in Florida. Like they're not just going to move the Jags, the Dolphins, and the Bucks somewhere else. They're probably not going to do that.
Or they're gonna end up having to cancel games like like Major League Baseball is doing right now. I think NFL is going to be watching Major League Baseball really, really closely.
They have to.
In the next
they absolutely have to. They should be fit. Like the NFL should be figuring out how to make a bubble work. That's what they should be doing. They should be going to some place. They should be seeing how many cases there are in freaking Green Bay, Wisconsin, in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Right.
And start putting on games there or something like that, because you're going to need.
Like we said, the first game's not until September. They have some time to do a new protocol for this.
Yeah, well, but that's what they have. They have enough time into September, and if they want to push the season back into October, they have even more.
In Wisconsin's cases were rising. I mean, they were going. I haven't really been watching too much of the regular news because it just gets depressing. But anyway, I mean, Wisconsin just started getting on a rise a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow! So, well, I was just pulling, like I was literally pulling some landlocked state out of my head. Yeah, but it's.
Is there anything in Montana?
Yeah, do you got open fields and football fields somewhere? Like, can we just play in Montana? Don't
go to Texas. Don't go to Florida. Don't go to California.
That's like 18 people in Montana anyway. I'm sure you could find the space.
Idaho.
Yeah, and like I said, you got players like is it McCourty that was the D-back for the Patriots?
Yeah,
and he even said, he came right out and said it. He said he knows the nature of the game. He knows the natures of the players. The players, they're not going to bubble. They're not going to do it. They just can't do it.
I'm
waiting. He knows how they are. They're taking pictures, like he was sitting there saying. They're out at nightclubs and they're out at family functions, and that's the thing, is that then they bring it back. They're coming back to practice or whatever. The first 2 weeks is great because I think they're actually in some sort of a bubble. They're at practice,
right?
But some of them are still going home.
Yeah, not the NBA guys. The NBA guys aren't going home.
The NFL guys are. The NBA, but I'm saying the NFL guys right now are going home, and that's what McCourty was saying was.
Oh yeah, but that's why that's what's going to doom them. What's going to doom them is the fact that players can go home and do whatever they want. Like if you don't want to bubble up, don't bubble up. But also, then you're not going to be a part of the season.
Right?
I just kicked my camera. Because that's the only way. It's literally so far the only way that you can almost kind of sorta guarantee you're going to be able to keep a season completely under control. I mean, yes, hockey and basketball haven't even fully started yet. We could get hit with an outbreak at any moment in there, but that's at least the only one that's been looking fine.
Now I know that the NFL has said that no coach or no owners should say anything. No coaches. Obviously, the Raiders owner obviously broke that rule. I'm waiting for the big names to start talking. I'm waiting for the Bradys. I'm waiting for the big guys to really play. Huh?
Brady just Gronk tweeted out like it's game time or something like that. And then Brady quote tweeted it saying, yes, it is, or something. Like Brady's ready to go. Brady's suited up, ready to play.
But I want him on record somewhere to say something. I mean, or the other major superstars. I want to see what they have to say about it. I mean, obviously the guys who are opting out, those are great players, but we're not talking the big guys. I mean,
right.
Donta Hightower is a big deal. He's a very big deal for the Pats. Him and Patrick Chung, very big deals for the Pats.
I want to know what Cam thinks. Obviously, there's 6 Patriots players gone right now. I want to know.
Cam's probably sweating a little bit.
Somebody said today they're bringing in the Pop Warner football team to block for Cam Newton.
I'll tell you what. If Edelman goes out, shut the Patriots down for the season. We're done.
Tanking for Trevor Lawrence. That's what they're doing. They're tanking for the Clemson quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
Well, we're gonna take a break here. We're trying some new formats. When we return, we're gonna do sport today and sports history. Mr. Tom Greer. We're gonna talk a little bit about Fauci's record baseball card selling, the highest record selling baseball card ever in history. And we have a couple trivia. Or actually, we have a couple polls that I'm going to put the guys up to and see that they'll actually get to pick. I'm giving you 2 options here, gentlemen. So we'll have that when we return. After this.
We all want to win championships. We all want to be the best. We all want it to be our time. But the difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make you better.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, it is the Today with DW Sports Edition show, the Tuesday night show. We were just talking MLB and NFL. Next week, it's cornhole and soccer. That's what we're doing.
And that's one game I have not played is cornhole.
You've never played cornhole?
I have never played cornhole.
Great game.
I'm a horseshoe guy.
Well, it's the same thing.
Right.
It's bags
It's not.
in a hole.
I say.
Anyway, let's start off the segment with Today in Sports History by Mr. Tom Greer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Today in Sports History. Give it up for Mr. Tom Greer.
Today in Sports History is brought to you by Venture Family Fun Center in Queensbury, New York. They are family run and family owned, so they know the importance of family fun with indoor, outdoor go-karts, laser tag, paintball, arcade games, and more. Venture Family Fun Center is the place to be. They also know the current situation and how important it is of being safe, and they are meeting all the new standards and COVID procedures to make sure that you and your family have a fun, safe summer. Now, they are now open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, it's just go-karts only. And we have a couple things going on with this right now. We have one package that if you go up to the counter and mention DWSE, you can get 6 tickets for $35. So that's $10 off the regular price. So you got a bunch of friends, you want family, you want to do a little gumball rally, go-kart racing, get your family together. Mention DWSE and receive 6 tickets for $35, which is $10 off the regular price, as well as if you go over to the Venture Family Fun Center Facebook page, you share our show from that page, you'll be in the running. We'll announce the winner next week. Actually, if you share any of the shows that we're posting on Facebook through there, we'll be able to monitor that. Share this show right now on your Facebook page. You'll get 2 free tickets for go-kart riding and hashtag DWSE. Just hashtag DWSE. And so we can find that as well through the hashtag. So Tom, put us in some history.
Okay, so I got a few really early ones, and then it kind of just goes, we kind of just take it back to the 90s for a little while. So we got first one, 1929, the Chicago Cardinals become the first NFL team to take the train out of state over into Michigan. It's kind of crazy that, like, you know, they're probably like the first team to take it by train. They were probably losing their minds.
Yeah.
1933, the NFL divides into 2 5-team divisions. The 1933 NFL season was the 14th regular season of the National Football League. Because of the success of the 1932 playoffs, the league divided the teams into 2 divisions for the first time, with winners of each division playing for the championship to determine the NFL champion. 3 new teams joined the league: the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Cincinnati Reds. Also, the Boston Braves changed their name to the Boston Redskins. And we also had the Staten Island Stapletons.
What? Wait a minute. The Redskins?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of moving going around. Yeah, that was their name. That was their name first. And then
wow.
It's crazy that they just took baseball team names. With the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. I've heard those before.
Yes.
Let's go. And then here we go in the 90s, 1991. Dennis Martinez pitches the 13th perfect game in baseball history, which is just absolutely crazy that it took him that long to get to 13. It's 1991. 94, baseball players decide to strike on August 12th. Baseball players decide to strike. Oh, okay, that's when they actually decided that this was all going to happen. And I just bring that up because we're probably headed for that in about 2 years. Last 2, 1996, New York Yankee. This pains me to say. New York Yankee Darryl Strawberry hits his 300th home run. And 1997, the New York Rangers, or former New York Ranger then, Mark Messier, signs with the Vancouver Canucks, $20 million for 3 years.
Nice. And that is Today in Sports History. Mr.
Darryl should have never been a Yankee. Darryl Strawberry should have never been a Dodger, and he should have never been a Yankee.
Today's Sports History is brought to you by Adventure Family Fun Center. Go to adventurefamilyfun.com for more info. And if you have any questions, please reach out to them. They're great. So that was a good sports history. Usually it's a little tough with our sports history here and there.
Sometimes, because I try to. The thing is like because not every day is an amazing day in sports history. Like I know there's a lot of things that go on in sports, but sometimes it's like I don't really care. To be honest with you, I'm sorry if you're a cricket person. I'm really sorry. I don't care, so I'm not going to put it on today in sports history. So
wait a minute, whoa! I'm not a baseball person. You put that shit on there.
Yeah, I know, but like even people that watch cricket probably watch baseball more than cricket. So I mean,
oh boy, the crickets are going to come out now. Here we go. Oh boy, and okay, if you say so. But if we keep talking about baseball, this is what's going to happen.
That's true, man. I'll pepper in. I'll try to find some next week. I'll try to find some obscure sports.
Okay,
I'll see if I can find some I'll try to see if I can find a stat on cornhole today.
Or the what is it? The World Series of rock paper scissors. I watched that one night. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Was that after Korean baseball?
You know what I want to talk? Do you guys ever watch the videos for those slap fights, like those slap tournaments? Where it's just two guys standing on like an arm wrestling table and just smacking each other in the face.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Joe, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. He's got trivia. He goes, where did the Boston Braves play football?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I do. I don't think it was Fenway. I don't think it was Fenway. I'm not going to cheat and Google it.
I think it was Fenway, to be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken.
But I feel like the problem is I feel like it's too obvious of an answer. That's just like duh. You would say Fenway.
So it's Fenway. Well, Joe, tell us what the answer is as we get into the next topic. So now we hinted Fenway. Right. There you go. Yay! The crowd goes wild. So before the break, we were talking about Topps. Now, Topps, if you're familiar with them, they are one of the leading card sellers between baseball, football, obviously Star Wars, Marvel, DC. Back in the 90s, they were holding those cards were flying out. I still think I still have stacks and stacks of the Marvel and DC cards that you can't give away now, but they were fun to collect. So we know that Fauci did the what was the opening game? I forgot which one he did it for.
The Nationals.
The Nationals. Yes.
He could go all the way.
He didn't go anywhere. He definitely didn't even come close to home plate.
He hit the bat boy.
Yeah. So this card that we are showing here on the screen right now is obviously showing that. Oh wow. I would be embarrassed if that was the picture they chose for my baseball card.
Yeah. No, you know what? To be honest with you, I'd just be happy to, as a baseball fan, I'd just be happy to be on a real Topps baseball card. But yeah, no, it's that's a rough. They should have showed him they should have shown him like doing the throwing motion and the ball just like not even reaching the plate, like maybe skipping on the ground already or something like that.
Photoshop that the ball's gone. Just Photoshop that ball out of there and he just swinging his arm.
Very funny.
So anyway, Topps put this card out. It was on sale for only 24 hours, but it broke company huge records. The Topps Now limited edition baseball trading card featuring Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, set an all-time print record run for the franchise, selling 51,512 cards in 24 hours. Now, this card sold for $9.99. Obviously, Hank says he gets notifications. He didn't jump on it.
Yeah.
The company's previous record was a card of the Toronto Blue Jays third baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which sold 19,396 copies and featured Guerrero's first hit. Now, this is nuts. I mean, obviously, baseball fans aren't buying this card. These aren't just baseball fans. These are politicians or people. I say politicians or just anybody in general wants to have this card. Now, Hank and I are collectors.
Yeah.
Even for $9.99, yeah, I probably would have jumped on it. Absolutely. But the resale value on this, it's 52,000 cards. So let me tell you what that card's going to be worth. Nothing. 3 cents at max at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're all over eBay for like 200. I was looking it up for $225.
Well, right now on eBay, we have one for $215, $149, $875. Now, these are all listed used. Okay. They're in a package. I don't understand why they're used. What are you doing with the Fauci card? $249. Here's the guy that's going to be sitting on this card forever. $1,999.
Yep. Yeah. Who's going to pay for, like, granted, I still collect baseball cards. Like, I love I love getting my baseball cards. I got like a couple binders that I put them in. Just it's fun. I'd get the Fauci card just to have it. I would never, if I would only get it if I spent the $9.99. Like I am never spending north of $100 or I'm not even spending like $50.
No,
On a Dr. Anthony Fauci baseball card. Get the hell out of here. I do not care.
Yeah, it's not worth that much. It's not. It's
well, that's just because it's Corona. He's been on TV, like, trying to, help everybody get cured. And they saw limited time on the thing. I was like, I got to grab it. It's Anthony Fauci. I got to get it. So.
But they sold 52,000 cards.
Yeah.
These people putting these prices up, obviously either they're first time people and they spent their stimulus check on a brand new TV and need some more money, and they're not collectors. People don't understand 52,000 for any of our pop culture listeners out there. That's like back in the 90s when Jim Lee did X-Men #1. It still to this day has the most selling. It sold 8 million copies. You can't give that book away ever. Now, people throw it away. They use it to start fires with. It's not worth anything. It was hot for a minute in the 90s, but until it started, when it finally sold 8 million copies, and I think it even went in the third print, you can speculate all you want. That book's not going to be worth shit.
Yeah.
It's worth less than the paper it's printed on right now. This card is the same thing. So these people, for all you eBay people out there, good luck, because if you're not selling it for $12.99, then you're not going to get any money.
It's the same people that like bought up all the Twinkies when Hostess first went out of business and tried selling them online for like thousands and thousands of dollars. And then like 3 days later, Drake's was like, hey, guess what? We're saving Twinkies. So all those idiots were like, well, this is all worthless now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I actually just went out to go find Twinkies when it happened so that I could just eat some Twinkies so I could say I did it.
I worked in a supermarket, and I tell you right now, so many people came in and cleaned our shelves out of boxes of Twinkies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
In other sports news and somebody else, baseball news, I should say, and also he seems to be maybe collecting in a different way. We have a gentleman that we talked about this a couple days ago about some of the MLB organizations offering the opportunity for fans to buy cardboard cutouts. Now, obviously, the prices have ranged anywhere from $50 to $149 to $200. I believe it's based on location and on the stadium. Yeah. So, Chicago White Sox are one of these teams, at least for their season opening series against Minnesota Twins at Guaranteed Rate Field. The White Sox made 1,500 seats available to purchase cardboard cutouts at the price of $49 a seat, which all proceeds go to their White Sox charities. The seats quickly sold out, which I think is amazing. That's awesome that there are people putting into the charities and putting their money into the baseball and supporting the team. Well, 100 of the 1,500 seats belong to White Sox fan Paul Garrett, and cardboard cut versions of Garrett will sit by the visitors' dugout. He bought 100. I mean, it's like what?
I am so happy. This has got to be one of the funniest things. If you have the money to just blow, like, what is it? I think he bought 100 of them, and I think the article says how much are they?
No, $49.
$49. It's like $490 to just have you in an entire section. Basically, that's awesome. That is hilarious. And I wish he would have like maybe put on some like funnier gear, just so he could look absolutely ridiculous when the opposing teams are walking back to their dugout. But why not? I'm surprised more people haven't done this.
I wanted. Well, we talked about it. We wanted to do it as well. I mean, I want to do that.
Well, I just mean
normally. That's the thing. Where would his seat be normally there? So maybe he's like one of the fans that they dread seeing when they're there. So that's why he did it.
And Tom, just so you know, it wasn't $490. It was $4,900.
Oh, it was $4,900. I'm sorry, I couldn't just do math in my head for a second. Even then, if you just have that much money to just throw away like that, why the hell not? You're giving it to charity, and you get to look. You're on TV every week. You get a feature on every single home game because I'm assuming that's how the White Sox are doing it.
I would assume so.
It's hilarious.
Welcome, Jack. Welcome again, Joe. Welcome, Tracy. How are you? So I'm not sure exactly. I have to find the article, Tom, but I think somebody's listening to our show because foul balls are being given away now. If balls hitting the cardboard cutouts are being given away to those cardboard cutout owners.
Are they really? I Okay, I may have said that, but I may have like heard that somewhere, and I just don't remember where I heard it from. So that is a very good possibility. But I will take credit for the idea if we want to just say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving you credit. Just take it and we'll run with it.
Oh yeah, okay, I did it. All me. You're everybody who gets a foul ball for you getting cardboard cutout getting hit. You're welcome.
Yes, exactly. We can take donations here at the Earplug Podcast Network.
When you sell that ball, you just gotta, which
will sell more than any Fauci card.
Exactly. Earplug just gotta take a little taste off of that.
Yeah, we just want like 5% of that take. If you sell the ball, we just want 5% of that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We don't know. I would assume they're going to be autographed. I don't know. I'll have to look at the article again, but I did pass by it, and I'm like, oh my God, we're trending.
People are listening.
People are listening. The big heads are listening.
I can't wait to see one of the players get in the stands and take a picture with one of the cardboard cutouts after he hits it with the ball.
That'd be so
awesome.
I love the. What's funny is I think the Philly Fanatic in Philadelphia. I hate the Philly Fanatic because I obviously hate Philly.
Right.
He was messing with the cardboard cutouts, pretending to rile up the crowd. I think the Oakland Athletics too. They have like a cardboard like hot dog vendor, like standing off to the side.
Nice. That's awesome. I know some of the players are taking selfies with them and sending photos to the cardboard to the people who own that particular cardboard cutout. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's absolutely awesome. I've been seeing like on social media and stuff, and like even on in like the regular media, like people trashing the teams that are doing cardboard cutouts. I don't see why. I mean, like I feel like visually for the game, it looks better than empty seats.
It's making something out of nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, they got to make the game fun. If that's what they got to do, go up and do something funny. That makes it all that much more fun now.
Totally. On top of the fact it's going to charity. So all you haters out there, shut the F up. Who gives a crap? Turn the game off. You're probably not a baseball lover anyway. You're just a jerk.
It's the hoity-toity people that like probably wish we were still wearing suits and fedoras to freaking baseball games. And like
they're probably pissed because they can't get into their press box or get their VIP seats. That's
exactly. They're like it's some like freaking holier than thou religion. Like get the hell out of here. This is it's a sport for entertainment. It's better than empty seats. Get out of here.
They're probably pissed because some cardboard cutout sitting in their seat.
Probably, yeah.
What's funny, like I watched the Mets game the other night with my wife, and they were showing was it Keith Hernandez and who's the announcers there? So they're all sitting there talking. They're actually looking around to see who's in the stands.
I think that's fun. Yeah, I think that's fun, and the players using the time with the cardboard. Did they score?
No, it's still 0-0 right now. Top of the second.
If everybody's listening to the audio version, Tom's got the Mets playing on while we're doing this live broadcast. Yep. So I was giving him crap saying priorities, and well, he's got both on.
I'm here.
He's here. If you hear him collapse,
I'll mute the. No, if I yell, I'll mute the mic so I don't peek anything. Don't worry. You guys will see it. Anybody watching the live will probably see me freak out for a second, but I'll mute the mic.
But anyway, who are they playing tonight?
The Red Sox.
Okay. There you go. Some Boston Red Sox action there. So, gentlemen, we're winding down towards the last half of the show. And I know we don't always because you guys don't usually like the polls I put you guys on. But I like to test the knowledge of my two co-hosts.
All right, let's go.
So I'm going to give you an option this time.
Okay. I like
so and I'm going to say is beer or athletes. Now you have to be unanimous. Beer or athletes?
Oh shoot!
Talk amongst yourselves.
What do you? Okay, now. Oh, what? That's. I don't know. I don't know what this means. Beer. I'm picking beer. Does that have to be? Wait, me and Hank have to agree on which one? Okay. Which one are you feeling?
I don't drink beer, but I'll do beer because Tom.
Oh no, we can. No, if he doesn't drink beer, we'll do. If he doesn't drink beer, we'll do athletes. We'll do athletes then.
We're going to do athletes?
I'm with athletes.
Athletes.
All right. We'll keep this one for later. I won't tell you what it was, but this one was a good one. So now we're going to do the top 10 best athletes of all time polled by 127,000 people.
Okay.
In any sport.
It is the greatest athletes of all time, or the best athletes of all time throughout history.
Okay, who gets first guess?
So is Is it before Tom's birth or after Tom's birth?
Well, there wouldn't be many athletes after that.
Yeah.
He's young. He's young. So I have to snacks. You don't drink beer. That's right, Joe. But Joe is drinking. So cheers to Joe for drinking while watching the show. Jack, how are you doing? Joe wanted us to do beer. We'll do that for another time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll still have to figure out, guys, who gets to decide on the first. Who gets to go first? So we'll go with. I'm just going to go with Tom this time. We'll come up with some type of little game. Also, nobody in the comment sections, please put out any comments. No comments. I'm not kidding. I'll ban you. No comments, please.
I got
Joe,
my first.
Joe, I apologize. I'll give you a pass. Zach, no comments, please, from the viewers. I'll ban you. I'll ban you for tonight's show. I'll block you right now. I'm telling you right now. But Joe, you get a pass. And that better not be your first guess, Tom. I'm not.
No, I already have my first guess.
Okay, your first guess?
Bo Jackson.
No, he's not even in the top 15. Nope.
Bo Jackson is not in the top 15 athletes?
Nope.
The man played 2 sports. He was an animal in 2 sports, baseball and football. Okay,
welcome to a new section, or a recurring section, the rant by Tom Greer.
All right, come on, Hank, who is it? I don't know. I'm
Mickey Mantle.
We're gonna do 5 rounds. So this is round 1.
Okay.
Mickey Mantle.
I gotta have some music here for this. No. He's number 19.
Lawrence Taylor.
He's number 17.
He's one of the best football players to ever play the game. He's like he is defense. Like I don't know.
Hank. Oh, wait a minute. This is round 2. Okay, so it's 0-0. Round 1. Okay, this is round 2. Hank.
Mark Spitz.
You guys are killing me right now. Wrong answer.
All right. Top 10 best athletes. Now, okay, can I just ask the top 10? They are like well-known athletes.
Yeah, of course they are. Yes.
Okay, fine. Then I'm just gonna take one I'm gonna take the one that Joe said. Michael Jordan. Is Michael Jordan on there?
Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan is number 6.
Michael Jordan is number 6, and Lawrence Taylor is not in the top 10.
Now remember, this is of 127,000 people. I just want you to know this. This is.
I want to know who number 1 is.
Okay, Hank, it's your turn.
Hang on. Magic Johnson.
Oh, I am so sorry, sir. Magic Johnson is number 13.
13. Wow, that's close.
Okay, so we're on round 4. Nobody can guess. Nobody can guess. Please, nobody put anything in the comments, please.
Joe Montana.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
I want to know who made this list. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I do too. I would like to know because they need to get slapped like one of those videos.
Hank?
Wayne Gretzky.
There we go. I was gonna say
There we go. We got Wayne Gretzky is number 4.
Okay.
All right. This is the last. Now this is the last round.
All right.
We're tied. 1-1. You guys are missing some of the most obvious ones ever.
The Babe Ruth. No.
Jesus. He's number 11.
Number 11. This list lost all validity when Bo Jackson and Lawrence Taylor weren't in the top 10. That's why I'm
all right, Hank, this is it to break the tie. Are we gonna have to go one more round for a tiebreaker?
Well,
or we'll keep it a tie. Come on.
Bruce Jenner.
Number 19. All right, gentlemen, we're going to do this as a tie. You guys are the actual sports guys of the show. Hold on, the show, and you bombed on this 1-1. So go ahead, Tom. What do you want to say?
No, I want to know, like, I can't even guess who another person on this list would be in the top 10.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you're gonna give us the top 10.
We're gonna give you the rundown. Here's the rundown.
Okay.
I cannot believe neither one of you got this. Muhammad Ali, number 1.
Okay.
Now this number 2 would be hard because you guys aren't into track and whatnot, but it's Usain Bolt. He's born in August 1986 as a retired Jamaican sprinter. He is a world record holder in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x1 meters. Number 3, Roger Federer. Tennis. Number 4, Wayne Gretzky. Hank got that one. Number 5, Carl Lewis. Number 6, Michael Jordan. Number 7, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 8, Joe Montana. Number 9,
I said Joe Montana.
What's that?
I said Joe Montana.
And
you said
I thought you said Joe Namath.
Oh no, I said Montana, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, then
so you
Tom
got
won.
2. You won.
You won. My bad. I thought you said, for some reason I heard Namath. Number 9 is LeBron James. Okay. Number 10 is Michael Phelps, and I really disagree with the 10th one. I don't think Michael Phelps should be in the top 10.
I don't think. I mean, I guess Olympic athletes are really important, but I mean, like, come on now. Like, they play once every 4 years. Bo Jackson should be in the top 10 of greatest athletes of all time. He played 2 sports at an amazingly high level.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
I got to agree with you there.
Lawrence Taylor revolutionized the sport. Like, Lawrence Taylor revolutionized the linebacking position. And was probably one of the scariest people in the entire NFL. And he's one of like the 3 best players to ever step foot on the field.
He probably also revolutionized snorting lines off the football field too at the same time.
This is not a top 10 of stellar stellar off the field. Like, all these guys were not amazing off the field either.
So obviously, because of my misunderstanding or mishearing Tom, so he is tonight's winner. It only went to 2-1. But let's. This is something else that bothers me. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 12. Magic Johnson, 13. Ariana Senna, who's a race car Formula 1 driver, is 14. Lionel Messi is 15. Jesse Owens is 16. I'm like, holy crap. Larry Bird is 18.
Usain Bolt should not have been where he was. I understand you broke a world record. You can run really fast. You're an Olympic champion. I get it. You should not have been he should not have been where he was. They should have bumped a few people down and moved some major sports figures into the limelight. Like
Russell.
Yeah, Bill Russell's one of the most winning players in NBA history.
Tyson's 24. I'm like, and this is a poll done with 127,000 people.
Where do they live?
Yeah, no kidding, right? I'm like, I have no idea. So maybe you guys should have picked beer.
Maybe we probably should.
Yeah, we probably.
So anyway, that is our poll by our good friends over at Ranker.com. They put out some great polls and some awesome.
They're gonna get a sternly worded letter from me. An email like, who the hell made this ridiculous list?
And where did they pull it from?
Yeah, who to ask? People that don't watch sports?
I guess.
Boxing?
I don't think there's a criteria of who they pull. I mean, I don't know. It's
probably the guys that were drinking the beer.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. Tonight's rant by Tom was brought to you by the Shirt Factory. They have a Thursday night food truck corral going on in 2 days. This Thursday coming up. We got some awesome new vendors coming in. And I believe that they are still doing online ordering, Thursday-market.com. That ordering stops on Wednesday at 8 o'clock at night. And really, please don't try to order right at 7:59 because the site actually does shut off right at 8. So get your orders in early. And if you don't get them in, you can go right to the Shirt Factory up here in Glens Falls, New York, as they are doing limited social distancing on-site ordering. There's got to be over 24 picnic tables at this point, and I believe they're also opening up.
They just added another tent to go over the picnic tables. There are 2 more tents.
Okay.
So they've expanded on that part of it too. So,
okay. And they are meeting all the requirements for COVID, social distancing. You can bring a party of 6, sit right at the picnic table, and you're all set there. There's going to be live music, and we're hoping it would be nice to finally get maybe by the end of by September when they finish this, that they might be able to get a couple in where you guys can actually enjoy the full experience, where it's probably not bounce houses, but live music, beer tastings, petting zoo, pony rides, face painting. Hopefully things settle down, they'll be able to do that. But you can check them out over at theshirtfactorygf.com for more information. Like I said, if you want to order your food online, go to thursday-market.com, and ordering stops at Wednesday at 8 p.m.
And they actually do have the live music there. They just got the entertainers and the band or whatever. They're all like in a plastic bubble. They've got plastic both sides of them. And
are they real?
12 feet. Yeah. Then they got like 12 feet out in front of them. So people can't be anywhere around them.
Oh my God, that's too funny. That's really funny. Well, it's worth the drive too, even from Albany. If you're anybody's listening from Albany or whatnot, please drive up. It's worth it. The food is amazing. I still have to make it there one of these nights. I do a show on Friday night or Thursday night, so it's going to be tough for me to get there, but maybe I can reschedule and get up there because I want to try their taco truck. And I believe the mac and cheese truck is there too. Max Factor. Mac Factor is there. So hopefully we can get Tom up too.
Yes, I absolutely would love to come up there. I want to check that all out.
Again, thank you so much to Adventure Family Fun Center as well for being our sponsor. And of course, our big main sponsor, Body Armor. DrinkBodyArmor.com. Visit their website to find the nearest location towards you near you that are selling all their amazing flavors. I know right now Walmart is stocked to the roof with Body Armor drink. We'll have some more giveaways and whatnot with that as we move down the road. Gentlemen, I'll give you a break on the polls. I mean, you guys are both sports guys and you bombed.
I don't think a sports guy made that list. That's what I'm sticking with.
Yep, I'm sticking to that too.
Well, come on, Muhammad Ali. Neither one of you got Muhammad.
Well, because I don't think Muhammad Ali is the greatest athlete of all time, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think he's probably one of the greatest boxers of all time.
I actually thought Michael Jordan was going to be the number one.
All right.
I personally thought that as well. When I started going through the list of finding out for tonight, I'm like,
but I think Bo Jackson is a better athlete than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan won more championships in basketball, but Bo Jackson played 2 sports at an incredibly high level.
And
2 professional sports
Woods in this mix.
Facts.
I mean, he wasn't even in the top 20, was he?
Who's this?
Tiger Woods.
No, not even in the top 20.
Look at the amount of people that pay to go and stand on the side and clap.
He's golf. Tiger Woods is still golf.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like I said, there's 3 of us against 127,000 people. What do you want me to say?
From a small island in the middle of the Caribbean that we don't know about.
Yeah,
127,000 people on a small island. What the hell?
Well, they're not social distancing either, and they're probably not wearing their masks.
Maybe it's just one guy doing it 127.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Randy the Ranker.
But yeah, the rank. Eddie the Ranker. There's our new co-host, Eddie the Ranker. It's gonna be El Snacko and Eddie the Ranker on a next episode of Today with.
No, it's Randy. It's alliteration. It's Randy the Ranker.
Randy the Ranker. Okay, we'll have to find a Randy. Is that like a Karen?
Yeah.
Anyway, but shockingly, I thought Jordan was going to be number 1 or 2. I am not shocked about Muhammad Ali at the same time. Just because of his history as well. I think it was more also, again, why I thought Jordan would be number 1. The time frame of him being a basketball player, he elevated the game. I think he's one of the major reasons why basketball was so popular during his time playing in the sport. And again, I think Ali, the same thing. I think Ali and Tyson both brought the boxing up to a level that is nowhere it is now. So, yeah, it's interesting to see. But, again, there's 3 of us and only 127,000 people. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
All I got to say is you should have picked beer. Anyway, but we'll do some more fun polls. down the road on as the show goes on. And we will still talk and see what happens if we're going to do 2 shows a week. Where was Deion Sanders? Yes, correct. Yeah. Or
I would have guessed. I was going to guess Deion Sanders, but again, Lawrence Taylor and Bo Jackson were not high up on that list. So I knew Deion wasn't going to be there.
Jerry Rice?
Yeah.
Should have been there.
So
should have been at least in the top 15. Jerry Rice should have been in the top 15. Easy.
So we'll see if there's the top. Maybe we'll find. I'll do some.
Let's find a poll. Yeah. How about that? This is what the title should be. How many athletes was it in the poll?
50.
Like 50. Okay. 50 best athletes that people actually care about. Like in the sports that people actually care about. That's what it should be. Nobody cares about boxing. Nobody cares about sprinting. Nobody cares. Like only time anybody cares about the Olympics is every 4 years. Get out of here.
And that's not happening.
It's not happening. So
we got
sports
3
that people
rants.
care about.
That is the 3rd rant of the season. Tom Greer. We're going for a new record. Tops, watch out. We got our own breaking records. 3 rants by Tom Greer here on the Today Show Sports Edition. But again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Please tune in every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We will be moving our Today shows. Today with DW is going on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. It will be at 10 a.m. After the Shadow comes back from vacation. I believe it's August 4th. We are now moving all shows Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. I think I might try 6 for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesday will stay at 7. We'll play around with it, but it's going nighttime. People have reached out and said to me, we'd like the nighttime. It's a little easier now that people are getting out of the COVID situation and going back to work. So that would be the most logical move for us. So we're going to go to 7 o'clock, and we'll still talk behind the scenes whether or not we want to extend the sports show to an hour and a half or do 2 shows a week. If we keep, I'll tell you what. I'll lay some smack down right now. I'll smack somebody just like in that smack competition. If there's some major news that comes out in the next 45 minutes to an hour after the show.
It will. It absolutely will.
We always miss the boat on the good shit.
We're gonna sign off. And the Mets
switch and the game.
Yeah, what do you do, Tom?
What's gonna happen is we're gonna go. We're not gonna go live. We're gonna stop going live right now, and then baseball is just gonna stop. Baseball's gonna be like, okay, season's canceled. It's like, oh, cool. You waited until the show was over.
Like most of my shows, I try to shut it down, but I got another question. What's happening? The Mets are playing. No Twitch.
Oh well, no, I'm still gonna do Twitch. It'll just be running in the background, just so I could every once in a while just take a glance up real quick. No, I'll still be going live. It's Mr. Greer on Twitch. If you want to come hang, play some video games after this.
I'll put the TV on. I'll have the little earbud in, and I'll have my iPad going. Watching him play, and all of a sudden you hear him drop an F-bomb every once in a while, and you don't know if something just happened on the game or if he just got shot, killed because he went around the corner too fast.
All right, we're ending the show for real tonight. Everybody, thank you so much, Mr. Tom Greer. Thank you so much, Mr. Hank. Thank you so much. And like I like to say all the time, stay safe, social distancing, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.